I mean, to a degree.
I'm very proud to announce that Yahya Abulohoum is a Form 8 graduate!
Thank you. I'd like to start off by saying some thank yous. I'd like to thank Eric. For a large part of my life, I've only considered myself as a boy who loved to play sports and was forced to go to school, but never thought of myself as an artist. This all changed when one day I was walking in reception and it was a spring festival, and there was a person you were standing next to, and they said, "Oh, who made this piece?" And you said, "Oh, well, there's the artist himself. You can talk to him." And I don't know, I just will never forget that moment, because from then on, I found, I just thought that I was an artist, and I've held that true for ever since. So thank you for that, and thank you for always being willing to, let me go in the pottery room, make a mess, and, he'd get upset at me, and then I would come up with a really funny excuse, and you would still let me go back in there because you always want me to keep creating, and I really appreciate that. I'd like to thank Kelly, Corey, and Kayla, because they've made a lot of bad decisions, but they've always been willing to look past that, and they wouldn't give up on it until I was able to see the good in myself. I'd like to thank Brandon for being my FA and athletics director. The amount of time and effort you put into the athletics program is incredible. You wake up early to drive us to soccer games, and you stay up till 2 in the morning driving us back from track meets, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you for everything. Some of my best times at Delphi have been in the athletics area, and a lot of that is thanks to you. I'd like to thank Paula. I made you a vase, and although it's not my best technical work, it has the most meaning to me. The white on the outside represents the simplicity that you carry, but if you look at the shape of the piece and the vase starts to curve in, and I feel like that represents the few that actually get to meet you and know you. And if you look in the inside, it has a really beautiful green vase. It has a really beautiful green color, and I think that represents your mind and the love and care you have for your students. So thank you for everything that you do for us. I'd like to thank my family, my 2 older siblings. Thank you for taking care of me and helping me whenever I need it. I don't call you as often, but you always make sure you check up on me, and I thank you for that. To my little brother, I never let you beat me in anything. And whether it's playing soccer, doing ceramics, or anything else. And that's because I know you're gonna be better than me in every way. And I'm gonna be there for the entire time cheering you on. I love you. Sorry. He's a lot of work, but I love him. To my parents, I only hope that one day I can make you proud. You rarely see me, and I don't call you enough, but I really respect the amount of work you put into ensuring I have a better future, and so do my brothers. I look up to you both. Delphi has been my home for the last 8 years, and it's a bittersweet experience to finally say goodbye. Now that I'm at the end of the program, I can stand here and tell you that I'm proud of who I am. That was not always the case, in spite of my ability to make it seem like it. When I first came to Delphi in the summer, I was 7 years old, and I was a boy who was stuffed with energy and didn't seem to run out of it. I was constantly running up and down the hallways and got myself into a lot of trouble. I can't say that's changed very much, for I'm still a kid at heart who loves to run down the hallways and get myself into a little bit of trouble every once in a while. One of the biggest areas I struggled with coming up through the program was finding the right purpose to do something. The opinions of other people weighed heavily on me, and this affected my production, quality of work, and general happiness. I found that the goals I set for myself were not being reached, and the opinions of others didn't seem to raise either. Crushed, I was confused on why this was. I'm trying to impress these people around me, and yet they don't seem to care. For a change, this year, I set out a long list of goals that I wanted to achieve, and I noticed that the ones I have been achieving were the ones I truly wanted to achieve for the purpose of wanting to do them or for doing them for someone else, and not for any self-recognition for it. The irony in this is that the less attention I give to the opinions of others, the higher they end up thinking of me. In any case, I have never been more productive, happy at any other point in my life, and I hold this lesson as true as I go on to learn many more. Thank you.